What if the person who once made you feel irreplaceable suddenly starts treating you like you were never important at all? And here's the part that changes everything. Maybe the problem was never that you became less valuable. Maybe you simply stopped being easy to control. Welcome back to TF. If someone constantly pulls you close, makes you feel deeply special, then suddenly becomes cold, dismissive, or demeaning, don't be too quick to call that love. Sometimes, what looks like intense attachment is actually a pattern built around attention, validation, and control. A narcissistic person may not be attached to your authentic self as much as they are attached to how you make them feel. Your admiration, your patience, your emotional investment, and your willingness to keep trying can become a source of reassurance for an insecure ego. As long as you react, explain, chase, forgive, and keep trying to prove your worth, they may feel like they still have influence over you. But when you become calm, stop over-explaining, and begin protecting your peace, the entire dynamic can change. This is why they may seem to want you and resent you at the same time. They may admire your confidence, your authenticity, and your strength, while also feeling uncomfortable because those very qualities cannot be completely controlled. The more independent you become, the less power their approval has over you. And when you start noticing the contradictions, the broken promises, the shifting stories, and the emotional patterns, you become difficult to manipulate. You become a mirror, not because you are attacking them, but because your awareness makes it harder for them to maintain the image they want everyone to believe. That is why some people respond to being understood with defensiveness. They may deny, blame shift, distort the situation, or make you question your own perception. The goal may not always be to solve the problem. Sometimes, it is simply to regain control of the conversation. Then comes the moment you finally walk away. At first, leaving can feel like losing everything. But what you may actually be losing is a cycle that required you to constantly react. No more endless explanations. No more trying to convince someone to treat you with basic respect. No more placing your value in their changing behavior. And yes, they may come back when they sense you have emotionally moved forward. But a return is not automatically proof of growth. Sometimes people return because they miss access, attention, familiarity, or the influence they once had. The real question is not, will they come back? The real question is, will I still be the same person waiting for them when they do? Because your greatest strength is not winning every argument. It is realizing you no longer need to participate in every argument. You do not have to prove your worth to someone committed to misunderstanding you. You can choose distance. You can choose boundaries. You can choose peace. And the moment you stop measuring your value by how someone else treats you, the entire story begins to change. You were never required to become smaller just to make someone else feel bigger. Sometimes the real ending is not when they disappear. It is when their presence or absence no longer controls your emotional world. You are not here to be consumed, controlled, or constantly tested for your worth. You are allowed to choose relationships built on respect, consistency, and genuine care. If this message spoke to something you have experienced, take a moment to like the video, subscribe to TF, and keep watching. Sometimes the clarity you need is waiting in the next message. This content is for general educational and personal growth purposes. Every relationship is different, so use your own judgment and seek appropriate support for your individual situation.